So you probably... There's the bit where the guys went to the hospital with that bloke they found. And there was some verbal sparring between Molasses and a mysterious woman asking for information about the journey.
Oh, yeah. That went well, didn't it?
Yeah, I did really well.
Smashing.
Smashed it, mate.
Yeah, and then it was just a week of preparing for the expedition to the Stormvault. You met your navigator, Draedin Stormcloud.
Thinks he's all sexy, but he's not.
Yep.
He is.
You did some endeavours to research the expedition to make it a bit easier. I don't think that went that well, but
No.
I think Carrich and Zuriel did some good recruiting, and you got some bonus dice.
Yes, didn't we manage to increase the quality of our troops in some manner?
Yeah, so in the traversing through the jungle, you will have rolls like before, and you will do tests. The leader, who we decided was Carrich, gets to assign your bonus dice to different roles. And I can't remember how many you had. Did you note it down?
We had 50 recruits, 1d6 for every 10.
Yep.
Notes boy here.
So I'm tracking the expedition members on the turn order. It's quite clever, actually. So I can track the sick and wounded.
Do you want to know, I discovered something really interesting around about the end of last session when I was just going over my character sheet again. I don't know for how long, but it must have been for several weeks now. I've actually been Initiative 5.
What?
Oh really? You upgraded it somehow?
Yeah, but I didn't realise I had. I just assumed it hadn't changed. But at some point, I became Initiative 5, and I'll be honest, I don't actually know why.
Fair.
So yeah, just my fun fact for the session.
Did you do it by mistake, or is it just...
Well, it's calculated.
Oh, is it?
It's a calculated field in the character sheet.
Did you increase...
I increased
Body,
something,
mind, or
but I
soul?
don't know what. No, there is. I think.
Awareness, maybe, or
I think yeah. I think it's from awareness or something. I did check it and then I forgot
fair.
because I wanted to know why.
Yeah, awareness does increase it.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Do you have like 2 training in awareness by any chance?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
What did I do with my endeavour? Do you remember? It was...
You tried to research the Seraphon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
I learned what we'd already been told. Yeah. That was, yeah.
I think Orixion tried to research Stormvaults, which went okay.
Should have watched the latest episode of Lore Masters.
True. Now available. Oh, isn't the first episode of Exodite out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited about that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Look forward to watching it in not a high enough resolution.
Yeah. On my mobile phone.
I'm going to watch it on my phone because it's actually just better, I think. At least I can pretend it's in good resolution. Anyway.
So cool. So we ended it with you guys were all ready to kick off. I told you some rules about this part of the adventure, so I'm just going to reiterate them now.
Great.
Your armor increases the complexity of tests, if you remember.
Oh shit.
Yes.
So it's 1 point for every point of armor. So if you're wearing medium armor, DN 4-1 becomes DN 4-3.
And we can remove up to 2 steps, right?
So you can remove your armor, but putting it on takes 2 rounds per point. So medium armor, it'll take you 4 rounds to put it on. You do have your bonus dice to assign to each roll, but currently, from all the rolls, the only good rolls are probably Zuriel's awareness as a scout, Draedin's Stormcloud's navigation rolls, and then Orixion, I think, was set at the medic optional medic roll. which there's no sick at the moment, so that's actually fine.
So yeah, so Carrich would take off his armor. That makes things more complicated. He needs all the help he can get.
And then in terms of healing, taking a breather, instead of restoring all toughness, it restores just 1 point. And you can do that once every hour. So
Okay.
I'm just going to use D&D rules, like a day is 8 hours. So you can heal 8 toughness over the course of the day.
Okay.
Good thing I've got my Skiffer's salve.
Oh yeah.
It's going to help me.
A rest restores all toughness but doesn't recover any wounds, so that's like a long rest. And then a full day, night and rest in a well-chosen campsite recovers all toughness and restores 1 space on the wound track.
Okay.
And all of
I don't
your
want to take my armor off.
all of your movement is reduced to slow.
Wow, this is really. You know what this is? This is a shithole.
But there's lots of
Can you afford not to take your armor off?
I don't know, honestly.
Like, do you have enough dice to be able to deal with that?
Probably not. It's alright, won't get hit anyway.
I mean, yeah, I'll do my best to defend.
Zuriel removes all of his blessed holy Sigmarite against his preference too.
Uh-oh. Alright.
I assume Orixion will need to do the same.
Probably if he wants to pass any tests.
Yeah. What do we do with it? I'm just going to leave it.
When you say it affects all tests,
Mm-hmm.
does that include all like combat tests? Or is it these traveling
it's everything,
tests?
isn't it?
Just all rolls. I just want to be sure before.
It does specify,
one way or the other.
so the complexity of all tests made.
I cannot hear you. What? It's just me.
Oh, hang on.
No, I
He's
can't hear
muted.
you.
No, he's gone.
He's only got him muted himself, hasn't he?
Well, he's muted. He was having difficulties last week, wasn't he, with his microphone?
Could you hear me now? Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
For some reason, like all of my accessories just disconnect at the same time. Like my headphones, my microphone, my webcam. No idea.
That's really good. But that's good for you.
Yeah. So yeah, it does say all tests during the expedition.
Okay, so all tests means all tests is what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's, I thought I'd Mikey P it. Sometimes.
You got to push the edges of the rules. You got to push out against it and see how far you can stretch.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they wouldn't have a paragraph about rules for putting armor on in combat if there'd be no point. So
It's another very valid point that you're making there. So
cool.
good.
So have we left our armor back in town then, rather than just kind of like stowing it in the jungle somewhere?
No, so you've got you've got a big supply train with you, and you start with 24 points of supply, which you'll use up eventually, and I imagine you will be able to store your armor amongst the rest of the supplies. I forgot to mention as well, one of the supplies is called a Grand Hog's Head, which is a giant container full of aqua gyranis, which is used to heal people, but also to pay the expedition members.
Yeah.
Any reason it has to be at a hog's head?
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't think it's actually in a hog's head.
Says you, Daryl.
Well, yes.
Well, I spent all my aqua fructis garnier on my drugs, so I might steal some from the big hogshead. When you say pay them, what do you mean? They're taking as we go. They're taking it out, or is what's left at the end?
Well, it's kind of it's standard for like supply lines and marching armies to have this.
If you want to steal, isn't it better to wait until after we're done?
It's less fun, though, isn't it?
It's also a lot safer for us all.
But you can use the Aqua Fructus Garnier to
Stop it.
heal yourself. when you heal yourself, it heals you too, as well as currency. So you can always just grab a mouthful if you're feeling.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it
know.
is guarded because it's like a barrel of
Right.
healing cash.
We are the leaders of this expedition. They don't guard what we tell them they guard.
Fine. All right. So I believe the roles are, and this can change. There's 4 legs of the journey, and you can change roles whenever you want. But if I recall correctly, it was Carrich the leader, Zuriel the scout, Molasses as quartermaster, Stormcloud as navigator, Orixion as medic.
So remind me what I have to roll for being the leader.
Well, if you're happy to start the roles, then we can do that.
Why not? Gotta do it.
Yeah. So let's have a look.
I have something that I guess I'll maybe just send to you, Ollie.
Yeah.
It might only because I don't want to distract people. It might not be relevant.
That way.
Sorry, that was quite a long piece of text I sent you.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I get it. Yeah. The thing where you can see magic.
Yeah, just in case, while we're searching for these magical vaults, just so you know, that's, he's always
Oh, yeah.
he's looking for the magical ley lines, as he does as he goes around.
Alrighty. So, the tests for the rolls are always a 4-3 or a 4-5 if you got your armor on.
Nope.
So, leader Carrich, a 4-3 determination test as you lead the expedition out into the jungle.
So, just so you guys know, I have 3 dice in determination. Should we use any bonus dice?
So you said there's 4. It says 4 legs. And that means we all roll for the 4 legs.
Yeah, you each roll one roll as a roll. And every time you do, the leader will decide where to use the bonus die. And that counts how many members are not sick or wounded or dead. So you've got 5 bonus die there. And then you've also got your bonus die from your recruitment endeavours, which you can use at any time. But they're kind of, once you've used them, they're gone.
But so we have 50 recruits. So that's 1d6 for every 10. That's not a pool now that we should always have 5 until we get down to 40, and then we only have 4. Whereas we have 5 to start with, and it just kind of dwindles off from there. We never get them back.
Yeah, every time you do rolls, a set of rolls, you count how many members are able to actually help you, and then you split them up. So 50, you've got 50 now, so you've got.
So those 5 are just constantly recycling
5.
them.
But if you lose one member, becomes sick or wounded or dies,
Yeah.
it goes down to 4.
So if for each leg of the journey, we have a pool of 5 dice.
Exactly.
let's
However
use-
many is
let's-
relevant.
Let's use them now then, because we might as well blast ahead with if we're going to lose some people.
Yeah.
Might as well use.
Okay, how many are you okay with me using?
Check it.
I would go. 1 is fine, 2 is safe. Up to you guys.
Go with 2. So it's the first move. Let's make it a good one, I think.
Yeah, it was meant to help you with your leading.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think it specifies that you have to assign all the bonus dice at the beginning.
Oh, okay. So let's do that then. Okay, so if I take 2, then there's 1 left for each.
2 leader. Well, I don't. Not to diminish my role, but I don't feel like quartermasters would be very useful.
You think on this dangerous expedition?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that a group of 60 people recently died on, taking over 2 months.
yeah,
so
but
they
it
all
wasn't. It wasn't their quarters that killed them. It was the things in the forest, was it?
died.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Prove it.
Okay.
All right, I'll take 5 dice for quarter mastery to look after our sandwiches and bacon eggs.
Molasses, if you shall not be taking your role as quartermaster seriously, then perhaps you will end up having to relinquish it. You can go along with the fun.
Oh, that's fine with me. I'll go and be. I wanted to be the navigator, but that stupid handsome devil wants to do it, so I'll just have to sit in a little
I know. It's
with
difficult
sharpening
letting
some
the
knives.
experts do their jobs.
I'm an expert.
So, 2 for me, 1 for each of you?
Sure.
Okay. So in that case, it's 5d6 in my case. And... fucked it.
Wowzers.
Wowzers, trousers.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Right, well, we're gonna die.
He leads you straight into a pit. The end.
Alright, Scout. Do your 4-3, please.
4-3 with a bonus dice.
That's incredible.
That's not very good, is it?
We're doing.
I get 2 successes with my focus point.
Don't forget you can use metal as well.
It doesn't make a difference in my case.
It actually does make a difference in my.
It does in your case.
Double your focus, right?
I will take that, and I will just succeed on my 3,
Yeah.
please. Zuriel's feeling a little, not himself outside of his armor. It's affecting his scouting focus, clearly.
Nice. But you do manage to find the path effectively, narrowly avoiding several swamps and sort of tepid ponds where some sort of ferocious looking fish
No.
snap at you as you go past, and you go, don't go near that bit. They'll have your bloody knees.
Our old nemesis, the fish.
Yes.
From session 1.
Oh yeah.
Tutorial
Forgot
battle
about
1.
Tutorial battle where no one wanted to let me go and fight the enemy on the ship. Nerds.
Right, Quartermaster. I need a 4-3 nature or
Now,
survival.
Yeah, this is an annoying thing to ask. The armor thing, because I mean, I don't want to take. I have only 1 point of armor and need it, so I don't want to take it off. But if we then get into combat, it would take a turn to put armor back on. Is that
2 rounds per point.
Just 2 rounds. And what's the test again? 4-3. So it'd be a 5-3.
It'll be a 4-4.
4-4. That's doing it. That's fine. Great. So I have 4 mind.
Well, we're fucked.
Oh no, we won't have any cheeseburgers or sharp knives later on. We'll be okay. Quartermaster will be fine. Don't worry.
Watch people die from food poisoning or something.
That's too late for that.
Molasses is going to tank our expedition.
Yeah.
Even though everyone else has already taken their armor off.
I'll just
Yeah, but
describe
you're
what. Should I describe what the Quartermaster's role actually is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe you should understand that.
The Quartermaster supervises the expedition members and makes sure they take sensible precautions in the jungle.
Which doesn't sound like something Molasses should be doing still. So I think rolling poorly is. I think I should. Can I actually ask for a what's the
Reassign.
bonus? No, I ask for a negative impact on my test, please, because it doesn't align well with my character. I'll take a 4-5, please.
The trouble is, none of the tests align well with your character.
I don't navigate.
That's how you end up. That's how you ended up as the quartermaster, because you weren't suitable for anything else.
Is there a role for a psychotic killer
Yeah.
Yes, the combat.
who gets
Right.
bored very easily?
Yes, he gets distracted by shiny things.
Yes.
You're a crow.
The frog torturer.
1 success. This is going very bad.
What is
isn't it?
happening?
And you
Right.
say we can metal it, and would that? Yeah, I can't. I've got no training or focus.
Did you include your bonus dice that the leader gave you?
Did not include 1 extra dice. You're right. I did. I get 1 extra dice. I'm gonna roll 86.
probably-
Molasses
make
is
a
currently
difference.
banking on getting 3 out of 4 4s every time.
Okay,
So 2.
If you,
So I got
if
2 balls.
You don't have any training.
No.
Yeah, that's a fail. Even if you took your armor off, that's a fail.
That's why I didn't do it.
Oh well.
We are doomed.
Oh no, we're doing fine.
We've not passed a single test.
Well, let me just check.
No,
Actually,
we've
I
passed
passed mine.
Zuriel's, yeah. Because of metal.
You got 2 successes.
Yes, but he has 1 focus point, and he had good metal to get 2, and then those 3 become 4s.
Right, that's awesome. Okay, that's
Precisely.
definitely good. That's very good.
I'm just trying to find Draedin's. Oh, there he is. So he needs to roll.
Oh yeah, didn't Molasses want to take Draedin's role, but then it's like we have a literal expert here. Let him do it.
I think so, yeah.
I'd be as good at that as I would be about master type of stuff. It just felt more, synergistic with that.
Yeah, it's survival as well. So you would have still failed it.
Oh yes.
Unfortunately, at least you know in this way you're going the right way. So, survival.
We think we lost Olly again.
Can you hear me still?
No, we
I
can.
can hear you, but
Yeah. Me.
you're
Yeah, it's
frozen
fine.
in a very
Your
weird
face
way.
has got a strange rectangle in it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's gone.
Fine.
Hello,
Right.
he's back.
Yes. So, Draedin. Survival. It's 6d6.
Ow. I got easy. Better.
I swear to God, if he fails this.
No, he's all good.
Those.
How is he all good?
Because he's got 2 focus. So it's 4 successes.
Good.
Indication.
Alright, and then there's no one to heal yet, so Orixion, you kind of just hang out, I guess.
Nice.
I don't even know what Orixion would do in just sort of not downtime, but while in a train of people going through a jungle with nothing else to do. He's not like a chatter. Like he wouldn't do a Gimli and be like chat to Eowyn about dwarf women or something. Like he would just be like, I don't know, maybe he's got some notes to read. Like a scroll that he borrowed from the library and he's got to check up the statistics quickly.
Oh yeah. You're also sans armor as well, so you can't even fly around either.
Yeah. He's definitely feeling very vulnerable, is Orixion. He's not top warrior at the best of times, but sans armor. He's a nervy boy. He hides it, definitely. He's also a bit insecure about it, I expect. But also, it'd be weird for a Stormcast to feel definitely very nervous and insecure about themselves. Because that's the sort of thing that is at least partially stamped out of them. I know they're not like Space Marines, but the reforging process does make them a little bit Space Marine-y, doesn't it? Like their emotions are suppressed somewhat.
They also know they are literal super soldiers, which probably does help with the nervousness.
Yeah, they know they can die and come back, but I think depending on how many reforgings they have, they can change. Like they get a bit less like themselves, but I think when they're brand new, they're pretty much the same person. I think.
Are they?
I believe so.
But are they though?
No, because I'm trying to think of what I've learned so far.
Yeah, I mean the one you're reading about, Daryl, with Gardus.
Ah.
He was he worked in a hospice, and he's always remembering that bit and being like, and that's why I love looking after people. That's why I'm such a great guy.
I guess they lose more and more of themselves the more they're reforged.
Yeah, and then there's that one guy who used to do like debates. He debates that random old person about politics. He's like a knight Vexillor, but he's like loves to talk about politics.
That sounds like me. Forcibly debating politics with people that aren't interested. Many of whom don't know me and have never met me before.
Imagine if you lived for several centuries there. Then you could talk to us when we're old and be like, well, yes. Anyway, so you make your way through the jungle. Carrich, unfortunately, you failed your leadership test. There is unrest in the expedition.
It's all that food poisoning going around.
That's kind of your fault, isn't it?
No.
Unfortunately, 4 members one night attempt to steal the Grand Hogshead.
Molasses was just about to do it, and he's like, "Oh, the cat there did it! It's them! Stop them!"
They're stopped by the guards, and the fire spitter that pulls it along by the name of Ashgut is particularly aggressive and scares them off. But it's up to you to decide what to do with these 4.
Would it make sense to you guys if we kept them? Like, you know, don't banish them, don't send them back, don't execute them, Molasses. But you know, just
take a beat.
No, just
We have to keep them.
Just have people, you know, keep their eye out on them. Like they're sort of like arrested, but they're still within the group, so that we can maintain order.
Yeah, from a pragmatic metagaming side, it seems we should be giving away resources, I suppose, if we were just to get rid of them. But...
I'm not really talking about like from resources. I'm like literally like, you know, from the characters and what they would feel.
Failing to deal with these criminals may inspire further unrest, and we are yet early in our expedition, Carrich.
I volunteered to guard the Hogshead.
I missed the description of who these criminals were. Sorry.
They're just they were just members of the expedition who had a change of heart after a few days.
Oh, and wanted to go back.
Who's clicking something?
They tried to steal from the Hogshead.
Stop it.
What the fuck? Even is it a Pez?
Paw Patrol.
It's a lot. You put a Chubba Chub in there, and it pops out. Ellis finds it hilarious. It is grotesque.
It's brilliant, but
the head literally collapses.
The thing about Ellis, Mike, is that he's a little boy.
He is 4 years old.
I think Orixion would kind of take ownership of the situation, given that his stated role in the realm of Azir and generally Stormcast society is as judge and jury and, if necessary, executioner. And he would say to these mortals, you committed to this exercise knowing the risks, and turning back at this stage was never an option. However, the God King is as merciful as he is mighty. I give you a choice. You can leave now. As your how many of them are there? Like 3 or 4?
4.
The 4 of you, and see if you can make your way back safely through these jungles. But you will have no supplies. We need them for the expedition. We will give you nothing. Or you can carry on with us. Those are the choices.
Okay, so it's Carrich, you have to make the final decision.
Yeah, so my decision would be to keep them, you know, under surveillance, and if possible, have Molasses guard the Hogshead.
Okay.
It's part of the kind of quarter to master. I feel like it's all part of the whole, you know.
So,
seems a little harsh, and also a little like a poor use of resources. They don't want to be here. They can go and brave the jungle and probably starve to death.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
we
but
can
they don't
also
want to.
push-
You also want to lead. First of all, lead by example, right? You don't want other people to just think that you don't care, right? Because they want to feel like they're important, and they are important because if push comes to shove and we end up in a situation where we have to fight, I mean, they're either going to be useful as, weapons, or they're going to be useful as fodder.
Yes, we know who to push in front of the giant lizard that jumps out of the trees now
I
first.
mean, in practice, they're just going to be a problem. People who don't want to be in a fight are not useful.
This is true.
Really. They're just. It tends to cost resources to try and force those people to act as fodder, especially when they are evidently don't want to be part of the expedition. This is Orixion's logic. However, it's not his job to make this decision clearly, and it's been made. So Orixion will not keep an eye on these people at all.
It's okay.
Like he'll do whatever he was doing before.
Okay. So, yeah, these four, some of them at least seem to be grateful for the second chance. But because they know that being cast out into the jungle on their own is probably a death sentence. So they won't be able to they won't contribute to any of the tests. But they are still with you.
Oh, so they are.
Unless you come under combat or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So they will. So they will still at least enter the combat with us.
If they fear their life is in danger, then yeah.
Extra mouths to feed, Daryl. Well done.
We could cut out their tongues.
They still eat as they don't have a tongue.
Do you?
I can't deal with you.
You're just there with like a cone of frozen aquaguaranis.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice if you could have
ice
some?
cream ever.
One of those like Frosty the Snowman toys, turning them into.
Oh, they're called snow cones.
Yeah. Right, Quartermaster Molasses, you also failed as well. Unfortunately, you were not keeping a watchful eye on the expedition enough.
Oh, that's the
And,
big hogshead full of aquaguaras. It's very distracting.
There are many there are many ambush predators in this jungle, and unfortunately, as a group broke off to go and relieve themselves in the jungle, one did not return. And,
I don't think the Aquamaster should be in charge of toilet breaks.
And when you go back to find the missing person, a giant snake is beginning to devour it headfirst.
I watch.
You have lost one member.
But what a way to go, eh? Eaten by a snake. Why didn't I get a choice for my test? It's like not have to be devoured. It's a bit unfair.
Can we kill the snake and add it to our food reserve?
Can we hire the snake as a
As an extra member.
Yeah. No, just don't eat anyone. Whatever you
Jungle mercenary. Slithery sellsword.
Fine. I don't tell anyone about the loss of the person. Hope nobody notices.
I mean, the people who went to help search for him saw it, and obviously news has spread.
Bloody useless at going to the pee, should they?
Right. So you have passed leg one. You arrive in a place called Hunter's Keep after 3 days. Zuriel, you are the first to notice the welcome smell of defoliant as you approach.
What does defoliant smell like? In my imagination, it's like chlorine in a swimming pool. And you
Yeah.
walk into a really busy swimming pool, and it's like.
Yeah, or like Dettol. Like how
Yeah.
my fire prisms smell like.
Oh yeah, wow, pretty pungent.
Yeah. Or Lynx Africa maybe.
Oh no, that's the lowest of the low.
That's what Zadre's new formula smells like.
Oh, and all your food tastes like it.
I got the gift set for Christmas. So as you approach this hunter's keep, it's sort of a wooden fort on an island in the middle of a lake. Elven scouts mounted on Drakespawn, flying the insignia of the Order Serpentis, are seen patrolling the edges of the lake. And as you arrive, you're welcomed by Malis Kragar, a knight of the Order Serpentis, and sort of says she's expecting you and directs you to an area of the courtyard that you've been set aside for you to set up sort of like a protected camp. And essentially what these guys do is they go out into the jungle and they capture and train beasts and sell them to the gladiator pits and all this sort of stuff, or use them as mounts and all sorts of things.
Do they have any griffhounds?
No, they haven't made it to Azir yet.
This is it's surprised me to just be stumbling through this jungle that's been advertised as being the most awful, horrible place to live. To just have like some mini society living here. Is there something special? Oh, because of the defoliant. That's why they're able to.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
So it's only 24 members of them,
Okay.
and they're all very experienced sort of trainers and knights and sort of nature people. So the 3-day trek there and back, faster for them because they can literally just fly on their Drakespawn.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty fine for them.
So they said they knew we were coming. That's weird, isn't it? Or
Well,
we know
the
them now?
the Order Serpentis operate in Anvilgard as well.
Okay. So
so
that's
the-
all,
so
they
the-
just
so
knew.
Yeah, I saw your coming.
Exactly.
So the conclave would have told them that this was going to be the first leg of your journey. So probably paid ahead for you to set up shop there.
Lovely.
And the things that you can have a look around. You can talk to the Order Serpentis knights whilst you're here. You probably rest up for a couple of days before pressing on.
Yeah, well, Molasses is very curious. Why? why are they here? If there's some kind of, I don't know, scouty-looking kind of, I don't know, leader type figure to ask a very, first, yeah.
But
I buy.
but can we
Because-
afford the time to stay here? Like, should we just not
It's
press
safe
on?
here. It's safe here, so why not?
Oh yeah, it was safe back, before we left as well. But we
Oh
didn't
yes,
stay there.
people are rushing. Well, we don't really know what the time frame is on people getting there before us.
You remember the Stormvault, right? That's kind of a big thing.
Oh yes. But yeah, these people clearly know the jungle. I've got 3 important questions. 1, why are they just sitting around in this jungle? What are they achieving being here? 2, can we borrow some of those fucking flying things? That would be a classic Eagles into Mordor scenario. And
Yes,
then,
it would.
and then 3, I forgot my third thing. But oh yeah, come help us. Those are my 3 questions. So I thought it's worth investigating more. That'd be my under that framework.
I
of
think
those
we can
3.
spare the time for a conversation.
Yes. The conversation being, what on earth are you elven fools doing sitting in this poisonous jungle? What could you possibly gain from hanging around here?
Reminder: you are an elf.
I know, but they're not good elves. They're like podsing around a jungle. They should be out there causing mayhem and destruction.
Sure. It's just like if I asked you, "What are you doing, you human fool?"
You're trying to put some logic into the way Molasses acts, which I think is your first mistake.
Of many.
Yeah. She knows one kind of elf.
So they do. I think you probably would know a bit about the Oldest Apprentice.
Okay.
You do know that you probably. However, Molasses would feel about an order of elven knights who capture and train very dangerous animals.
Sounds pretty cool, actually.
Does sound pretty cool, actually.
Fucking gnarly.
But obviously, they're very haughty about it. I think they're very, very cool. Don't give too much away.
Alright. We have this guy Draedin here. He thinks he's very cool as well. Maybe you can have him.
Draedin's like, if you're happy to be lost to the jungles of Akshi,
We'll be fine. So far, we've been doing a bang-up job getting through this jungle.
you can tell that to the man who got eaten by a snake.
Yes.
He might have been pooped at by now.
But at least the snake is well fed, and he won't snake up on us again. So crisis averted.
According to your calculations, we can feed more than 49 more snakes. Then.
And I will, if you dare me, I will.
Come
but
on,
yeah,
snakes.
We have an army of well-fed snakes. I think that'll do us quite well. You know.
Yeah. But they're really sluggish because they've just eaten.
And
That's
also,
true.
that won't respond to
We
commands.
just roll them along like logs and just squash everyone.
Are a parcel tongue.
Is it? Well, my next question is: we are on a very important mission, super important, far more important than whatever you're banging about around here. Will you assist us on this important quest? We could do with the help. You know the jungle well, and our navigator, frankly, is a bit of an embarrassment. We feel like you could help us in this endeavor.
Well, I'm going to ask you.
Can I take off my armor first? Just strip off one.
You start to undress before you roll your guile test.
Oh, I can roll a guile test. I have guile.
Yeah, I know.
We might consider your request if you strip first.
Banana.
And then they,
Banana.
yeah, they hit a switch on a tape deck.
I'll roll a guile test. What's my BN? What do you want to get me for?
Well, it's a 5-2, but
Okay.
since you're armored, it's a 5-3.
I'm kind of in a state of disrobe. Is that like a 5-3.5?
Yeah, which rounds up to 5-3.
That's the DN is 5. Sweet. Go. Ooh, it's not great. What the hell's going on today?
0.3, is it?
No, it's.
Can I help him in the convincing effort? Using my convincing skills. I am a diplomat. My soothing words and natural empathy allow me to calm others where things grow tense. I have advantage on opposed tests when attempting to resolve a conflict, gauge other people's moods and intentions, and tell if people are lying. That's not what any of these. So none of those apply to this situation. But I do have.
You could probably calm the tension that Molasses has created, and then someone else could try roll again without a penalty.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Very diplomatic.
I mean, Zuriel's not that guileful, but he's generally clever, so he could give it a whirl.
Carrich is not good at this, so he'll do nothing.
He'll sort of saunter on over and say, "What my misguided friend is trying to say is that we are an important quest. In Sigmar's name, and any aid that you can provide us would be greatly appreciated." And then he'll fail his guile test.
Imagine doing a thing like that.
So what's this test then? 5-2?
Yes, for your nakedness.
Oh dear.
Oof.
Wow. Of all the awful rolls.
What?
That is impressively bad.
I would say collectively,
Oh no, we've all been terrible.
it's not looking good.
No. That is a real.
That is a stinker.
That is the real creme de la creme.
Yeah.
But of course, we understand you have your own matters to attend to, so.
I'll just step away.
And we are furnished with 2 of Sigmar's own stormcast turtles. I'd say overall we're probably actually perfectly well equipped, actually, thank you. Anyway, we'll be on our way.
Zuriel, roll me a 5-2 intuition.
Oh, now you're talking.
As you converse with Malis Kragar. Wowzers.
What's this bullshit?
DN5 is really getting you.
The DN5 is a bit harsh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we tried.
I know. Yeah.
Well then.
I guess after that, not much communication happens between the 2 camps. Carrich, you can take this time to try and talk to those thieves again if you want, to try and convince them to get back on track.
Yes.
I know you tried to destroy the entire caravan party and could have left us all for dead, but it'd be nice if you could just be nice this time.
Actually, no. It's going to be more of a telling of how Carrich came to be, as in this training that he had to go through in the mountains, and the fact that in order for him to get where he is now, he had to literally be buried alive, and then work through that hard part, get out, and prove that he is strong enough to go on. And he is stronger now than he was before because he went through that. Meaning that just because they feel, the way that they feel right now doesn't mean that they're doomed forever. They can come out stronger eventually.
Nice. I'm going to give you advantage for that somehow logical course of convincing.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Is Orixion is diplomatically sort of lubricating this encounter?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So it is just a 5-1 determination.
Awesome. So what's my? We can't use any extra rolls, right?
You can't use them to help you.
Well, yeah, obviously not those 4, but we still have others.
You've got your one-off bonus die, yeah.
Okay, so I'll use
But
that.
I think that they're for just combat and.
Oh, so it doesn't count then.
No.
Okay. So 5-1 determination, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Nice.
Praise the Lord.
So you managed to convince 2 of them there to rejoin. Rejoin the expedition fully. The other 2 continue to.
They're still having doubts. It's fine. They'll come around eventually.
I'm also detracting 2 supply for that leg. So it takes 2 supply for each leg.
Mm-hmm.
So you're currently standing on 49 members overall, 0 sick and wounded, 22 supply, and 2 on strike, as it were.
All things considered, could be going worse, but almost certainly it's about to.
And how many flying wyvern did we secure?
You mean with your guile tests?
What do you mean? Our 3 consecutively what word am I trying to say?
Better than I do.
Consecutively failed rolls.
Yeah. They didn't even tell you about like the stinging nettles on the way out. They're just like, fuck those guys.
Brutal.
Nice. So we start on leg 2. As you climb into the Cupricon Range, which is a mountainous region. I think if I share the... Yeah, so you can kind of see this range of mountains to the northwest of Envelgard.
Okay.
And you're kind of climbing... You're kind of at the top right tip, and then you're going across west, across the mountain range.
So we're not following the coast?
No.
Why not?
Because you're retracing the steps of
sure.
old
I mean, it seems like it'd be the quickest way.
Heartrock, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Got his name somewhere.
Heartrock. So
It's a radio station.
So the ground is uneven and climbs steeply. Occasionally you can glance back and enjoy a view that stretches to the searing sea. The ground is drier and the insects fewer than in the swamp. But here you hear the call and cries of large predators haunting the peaks of the mountains. So, any role changes?
Yes, I'd like to change all of my rolls of my dice to 6s, please.
Nice.
I don't know, you guys.
I think Olly
I
missed that
think-
great gag. Wait, did you hear that great gag, or should I do it again?
No, I heard it.
Orixion will remain the medic.
I mean, do you have it?
Zuriel is the only one to pass his test. We'll keep doing that.
We're not missing any. You don't have any nature or survival skills in this, have we? Have you, Orixion?
So yeah, Carrich is fine with continuing the lead.
All right.
Let's do a bang up job so far.
Well, you could do better.
So how are you distributing your bonus dice? You're down to 4.
You're muted, Olly.
All your microphones bust.
How are you distributing your bonus?
I'm really sleepy. I don't know. I'll just.
Very quiet, Olly.
How are you distributing your bonus
Okay,
dice?
no, you're fine. So we have 4 now, right?
Yes.
So do you want it to be 1 each?
Let's give an extra one to Molasses.
Okay.
Zuriel will try and scout on his own with no help.
Okay, so 1 for Carrich, 1 for Orixion, and 2 for Molasses. Is that okay, Orixion?
Sure.
Then that's what it's gonna be.
Wait, is it
Okay.
not? Wait, so but it's not 2 for Carrich, 2 for Molasses, 1 for Zuriel.
Well, we only have 49 members now because one of them died, so we have 4.
Yes. That's,
Do
that's
you remember? Do you remember that one of the party died, Molasses?
No, nothing has happened on the previous leg. I remember that the snake was very happy about things. That's about it.
Well, he was my scout. He was helping me, and now he's dead.
Well, he was my favourite snake, so we're even.
You seem to have very low standards for which of your snakes would be. Is this the first snake you've ever seen?
Yes.
I learn more and more about you every day, Molasses. Please look after the party while we travel.
Right.
I'm gonna go just.
It's alright.
I'll be head scouting.
We set a curfew for peeing. No peeing past 8 p.m. Everyone must travel in groups of 2 and hold hands at all times.
So whose hand are you holding?
I'm holding the hand of the hogshead.
Yeah, the funny thing about the hand is it makes Aquacairanas come out
It does. It's very weird.
straight into my mouth.
Yeah,
How
it's
are
really
you there in your armour there, Molasses?
Oh no, I just meant to say sorry. The striptease was half truth. The armor is off now.
Okay. All right. So, Leader Carrich,
Mm-hmm.
a 5/3 determination, please,
Oof.
with your 1 bonus die.
That is actually.
You haven't
close.
used any of your your one-offs yet.
That is. I can use met. I do have metal for this, didn't I? Yes. Sorry. Training. So I can roll an extra die. Is that okay?
An extra die, yeah, that's
For increasing my training with metal, doubling it.
yeah.
I mean that's horrible. Anyway. Should we use? Can I now use one of the one-offs, or is it over?
You have to decide all before rolling.
Well, shit.
You do have Soulfire, which you never have used yet.
But
just
not for
reminding you.
this.
No, we're not going to be using it for this. Like,
I'm just reminding you.
yes, but I mean, I think
It's too good a resource to ever be used.
true.
Yeah.
But even if we switch off our gamer brains and actually use things that are given to us, I don't think this is a good idea to use it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's
not in this situation.
There's no soul fire in Carrich failing to lead the men properly.
Alright, Scout, Zuriel.
Scout, roger that. Scouting. It's a 5-3, right? A 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, wasn't it 4?
For this leg, it is 5-3.
Oh. Oh no.
As it's a harder leg.
Right.
This leg done squats.
Well, we've rolled really badly again and got 1 success.
Oh, you can't even
Can't even bump it to 2.
can't even metal it.
No.
Okay.
Cool. I'm sure we'll pass this one though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quarter Molasses.
Martin?
5-3, please, with your 2 bonus die.
Yes, that's not to take into account my armor now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, hang on a minute. But not that it matters, but Orixion doesn't need a bonus die.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
why.
we
Oh,
No.
didn't
Yeah.
do that. Okay, that works. I was just like, hang on a minute.
That's why I was talking about it.
I think I'm a little bit slow today.
5 bonus die. 2. Yes.
He's
Huzzah!
only bloody done and gone and done it.
Ow! The snakes are going to be hungry now.
You revive the lost member.
So the curfew rule I placed in work. So you see a bit of law and order. Some sensible
Yes.
rules. Can...
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, maybe you know this kind of terrain from your life in the world of Shadow. But there are many sudden drops and unstable slopes. Loose. What's that rock that's very sort of like gravelly? Scree. Yeah. You know of the dangers of scree. So you managed to warn several expedition members who would have otherwise fallen to their death.
Sounds like the kind of thing the navigator should be doing, but it's fine. I'll do his job for him. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
You're just marching up and down the line.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm really enjoying Molasses' growing like bitch fight between him and Draedin. A not particularly detailed NPC.
Well, you did miss the introduction, which was what did you describe as? Was he this world's what's his face from? Who kept popping up in the last adventures.
Oh well, no. Milo described him as what's his face? Inquisitor.
I know
what's
you're
his face?
talking about, and I keep on
Castus Vex.
That's his
That's his
face.
face,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I hate
He
him.
was portrayed as like a handsome Castus Vex. So it's just
Just
all
handsome
the
and
wrong
charming
things.
and coming into the pub and being like, yeah, this one time I totally navigated the jungle and yeah, love me.
Yes.
It's so dangerous. If you step in it, you die. But I've stepped in it. So I was getting big Castus vibes, you know.
That's why we don't like him.
I think Draedin actually failed that one.
Of course he did.
This
It's a
is
5-3.
not going well.
He's got 2 focus, yeah, so he can't.
No, he can if he uses metal.
Oh yeah, it's a good point. He has 1 point in metal actually. Yeah, so he doubles. Yeah, okay, so he does. Thank you, PC. I'm not used
Well
to
done.
playing characters in this game.
You're welcome.
Right. So the Cupricon Range. So Carrich.
Hello.
Many members of this expedition struggle with fatigue as it climbs into the mountains, and the thinning air only makes it worse. Unfortunately, not being motivating enough a leader, the pace slows. So you can choose to leave stragglers behind, or spend an extra supply point as the journey takes longer.
Any opinions before I make my decision?
You're the leader.
Let's see.
Orixion's given up advising.
After one set of advice, that's not much
he doesn't.
determination.
He's not very comfortable with it anyway.
Zuriel's fallen in a ditch, and no one knows where he is, so he's not able to advise.
If there's, I can sense a lot of hungry snakes around, so we should probably leave them behind because they would make good food, rather them than us.
That's your opinion?
Yes, and I stand by it.
We're spending a point of supply. For sure.
Alright.
Yeah, see, it's not like a positive moral compass, but should act as like the antithesis moral compass.
Yeah,
so
that
it's
literally, like, if I had any doubts,
pointing, not
I'd
pointing
send them
towards
flying
the
away.
World.
but away from
You ask
the
for advice, wait for Molasses to give advice, and then you back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that it? It's a smart move. See, value she brings to the party.
Yeah. Alright, so you've lost a point of supply, but no one is left behind.
Zuriel eventually makes his way back from the ditch, and congratulates Carrich on his fighting his way through this deeply challenging ethical dilemma
Yeah.
of feed them or just leave them to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, as the
Very
expedition walks past the ditch and you sort of climb out of it, and it's like, not to turn that way, sir.
I found this ditch here, guys.
It's not the right way.
Stay out of here.
Yeah, so Zuriel, as you go up the path, it leads you into a kind of a swampy, boggy area. Sees a lot of rainfall, and as the expedition goes through it and past it, what you assumed to be a giant floating log turned out to be a giant crocodile.
Oh dear.
Yay!
I need to find out what this is. What?
And it's
Doesn't
basically
sound good.
it's an enormous crocodile beast. And once most of the expedition has passed by, it erupts out of the water and seizes one of the fire spitters, chomping it in half in a single bite.
Oh no.
Have a horn?
And we will start a combat encounter
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
with the crocodile. Crocodile. Crocodile.
How someone
Crocodile.
help me?
Yeah, he has said it about 5 different ways.
Docker
Yeah, but I
Croft.
don't know how to spell it.
Donkenroth.
Donkey Kong.
Who's that crocodile character in Mario?
King Karul.
Okay, rule.
Yeah. It's him, isn't it? Right. So, so basically the way where it will start, we'll do a theatre of the mind, but the party will be in the same zone as the monster, except for the scout who will be 1 zone away.
Okay.
And
Oh,
it's-
but the scout wants to engage first. Damn it.
so it's I think you get to go first, Zuriel, because you're initiative 5.
Yes. Zuriel, furious with himself for failing to spot this threat. So I'm 1 zone away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, charges straight into the zone with the crocodile.
Cool.
Chocolate rock.
Can't find them anywhere. I have no idea what you're talking about.
And unleashes his latest prepared bit of spell practice. He casts Thunderous Strike.
Oof.
On the beast. And he uses a point of metel to make it better.
Oh, the American toy company.
That's correct. And then uses a point of focus to make that into 4 successes.
Okay.
So basically, his fist crackles with lightning, and he just goes and thunks it right on the nose with effectively his power fist.
Nice.
So that does
Oh, crocodile.
3 damage, ignoring armor, and
Okay.
my opponent must make a DN 4 Soul Determination test to resist the stunned condition.
Okay, let me just say it ignores armor.
Everyone else had an ignore armor thing, and I was like, hey, I want one, so I made the new spell ignore.
You want it, but in a punch.
I just needed something cool, you know.
So DN4, what is it? 3.
It's 4 because I actually have 4 successes with the metal.
Okay, well it's only got 1 soul. Crocodile's not very soulful. So what does it do? It is stunned.
It's stunned for each additional success increases duration, so it's stunned for 3 turns.
Nice. Stole a Molasses job.
Molasses won't be getting into combat with a crocodile. And then we'll spend an additional point of metal to cast Mystic Shield. Please. Which does go off, and I'm now shielded also for 3 turns.
Nice.
4 turns.
Let me just double check. Okay, its defense is decreased by 1 step. I can't use metal. You guys love stunning my big beasties. But it does have initiative 5 as well, so it will be going first.
Oh, I don't feel good about that.
So it will attack you, Zuriel, the big shiny thing that just punched it in the face.
We're about to find out this was a big mistake. But Zuriel is determined not to have any more casualties as a result of his failed scouting.
Yeah.
So noble.
Alright. So, melee attack. 8d6.
Don't like that.
Back of the net. No metal though. So I can't use my training. Right, I've got great melee. What's your
Okay.
defense now?
I've got good defense with my shield up.
Alright, so still 3s. That is 7 successes.
Oof.
So it's 2 plus successive damage. That's 9 damage.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's the exact amount of toughness that I have.
And no armor.
And no, well, yeah, because of the no armor situation. However, that did stop it from being that 2. That shield's really done the business.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm down to 0 toughness. Do I take a wound or do I not? Because
No,
I've not gone below toughness yet.
I think that's how it works, yeah.
Right.
But unfortunately, because it is in a body of water and it has done damage with its massive claws, you must make a 4/3 might test or be restrained and dragged beneath the water.
I feel bad about that. Might, you say?
Correct.
Oh! I only had 3 dice.
Boom!
Oh god!
that is very lucky. Yeah, so maybe as it grabs onto you and bites into you, you like smash it again on the nose with your big lightning fist, and it releases you again. That's good because would have been a bit nasty if you'd been dragged in. Yeah,
that's
and
a bit of the
that's
Celestial Vindicator tactical effectiveness coming into play here. You nearly
yes.
died, you silly knobhead.
Yeah.
Well, I was just so angry.
Not like this. Great. So then, initiative 4 peoples, please. Oh, and don't forget you can use 4 dice from the other members of the expedition
Throughout
in your
the
combat
entire-
rolls
Throughout every single roll or the entire encounter?
for the whole encounter. Every round, I think you could use them as they
Every round
assist
we can share.
you.
We can share a pool of 4 between us every round.
Correct.
Okay. Are there any shadows?
On the mountaintops.
Oh.
No.
How fucking great. So we've walked through all the shadows, combatless, and the second we emerge is the bright, shearing sunlight.
Yeah.
A trap is sprung. I see. They knew I was coming. Very clever.
Yeah.
Very clever crocodile.
You're the worst thing in the shadows.
I am the worst thing in the shadows. Well, that's
Yeah.
fine, because I have my new side set. So I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a bit of instant attack, because I can now... I learned my step away ability, so I can just fuck off once I've hit it, so I'm going to do that. So I'll just go for a... Yeah, I'll use metal to double my attack with my lovely knife. Knife blade, so here we go. Blammo, blammo. Oh yes, what is its defense?
Now down to average.
Nice. So that's a 3. Target aim is 3. Lovely. And then I'm going to use my metal to double my weapon skill. Yeah, do that. So I get another 2 dice on that. Let's do it. Oh, nice. That seems like a lot. Is that right? I think it's right. I've done that before. I think that's a lot. That's a good roll, to be fair.
You've doubled your training, haven't you?
Double my training, and I had 3. Yeah.
And you don't even need your focus points.
Ooh, this is a
Yeah,
lot of
exactly.
6s.
Yeah, right? So yeah, that's 7 hits, 7 wounds, 7 toughness. But also my Wraith Blade. When you deal damage, does he take damage from that? He doesn't have like 7 armor or something, does he?
This is not a backstab.
No, not a backstab, unfortunately, no, because I couldn't.
Yeah, it does. It does have armor, like natural tough crocodile skin, but it does do damage.
Okay, well, he's my Wraith Blade, so he must take a DN4 X mind, so the X is the damage he took, so it's a 4 damage. Oh, he'll be stunned.
Well, he has 1 mind.
Cool.
It's a big old stupid croc. So
probably not.
So he's stunned as again, more stunned.
And then I step away.
Everyone's been reading, obviously, the where your players go, Daryl, to learn all the tips to break the game.
Yeah, seems like it.
Just fucking stun him, mate. It's bullshit. Okay, cool. Orixion then, initiative 4.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry. Actually, Molasses, did you use? Oh no, you used your metal, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Already. All right. Cool.
Well, Orixion will charge into the crocodile and hit it with a sword.
Cool.
So it's gonna be an extra 1d6 and
No one's used any of the 4 bonus dice yet.
Just get in there. Get into Stabby Town. His defense is down.
My brain
defense
is
down?
not working,
Stun?
so it's 5, 6 dice now. 66. So you want me to use some of the bonus dice? How many bonus dice have we got?
4.
Oh yeah.
I'll chuck a couple of those in. Why not? No, not d20s. Ignore that.
Jesus.
Wow.
Wow.
Mine's still pretty good.
That's not great. So what was the DN? Sorry, to attack this thing.
So its defense is just
So let me start again. What's its defense?
average currently.
Okay. So I'm winning on 3s. So I can focus one of those up to a 3.
Nice.
And therefore I get a crit and 4 hits.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 5 successes overall?
Correct.
Nice. And is it what's your damage? Is it 1 plus success?
Yeah, the Starblade is 1 plus successes, so it's going to be 6 damage. But what do I get for the 6? Nothing?
Nothing unless you have the talent for like slashing damage, bonus damage.
No. This weapon does have the slashing characteristic. But
Yeah. I think it's a talent that gives you like extra armor pen or something on a 6.
Oh, just being really good at sharpness.
Yeah.
Alright, I will metal and do another attack, but only with my own dice this time. So 6 damage on the first go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you give it a good stab.
Yeah.
A good waggle.
A little wiggle around while it's in there and pull it out again. Go for another hit. Which is just going to be 6 dice instead of 8.
It's another good
This
roll.
time we get. Oh, okay. This is really good. So get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. So 7 dice
Nice.
this time.
It's another good stab.
Stibbity stabbity stob.
Maybe you get a good go at its soft underbelly
Yeah, I like that.
as it tries to drag Zuriel into the water.
Get off me!
And he's like wrestling it, punching it.
Release him,
Release my
old
brother,
creature of the abyss.
or I'll cut your throat.
How did Steve Irwin make this look so easy?
Right. Carrich.
Sigmar, rest his soul!
So, are all of our enemies in the same zone, or is there one that's away from us at the moment?
It's just the one big fat lizard croc
That's it.
in the pond. Yep.
Yeah. So, but you say that he's in my zone or not?
Yeah, you started in the same zone.
Okay. So in that case, charging won't work. So, I'll just bash him, I guess.
Bash him.
Bash him. So my my melee is good. Your average, right?
Yes.
So that's on 3s.
I mean, this is definitely the party's forte.
Yeah. So I do have 1 focus, so I'll turn that
Failed
to
almost all our
into
tests, but-
3,
Doesn't matter
Which
because you
means-
can kill your way through.
which means 4 successes, which means 6 damage.
He's dead. A good final whack on the top of his head, and he
Damn.
sort of sinks back down into the pond, releasing Zuriel.
Who immediately utters a blessing to Sigmar and calls upon his righteous aid to restore his fortitude.
Orixion will, once we're sure that the
For the love of God.
No. Oh dear. Once we're sure that
Oh my god!
the chocolate crocodile has been put to sleep, Orixion will call to Zuriel and be like, "Oh no, because I can't fix fucking toughness, can I? I can only fix wounds. Toughness is resty times."
Yes.
Right,
So-
and Zuriel is currently busy despairing because he does not feel any of Sigmar's light upon him.
Yeah, what's gonna explode exactly? Is it you or us?
Oh shit.
Yeah, you gotta roll the table, mate, or whatever it is.
No toughness.
Yeah, that's-
the
that's-
table.
Table.
I put my armor back on.
I don't think you can.
Oh, this is
You have enough time.
This is good, isn't it? Okay.
You didn't even get a 5 in
entertaining.
there.
Not even 1/5 on that many dice.
That is really bad. That's
Oh, you know what? You know what though? Can I spend a metal before and after? Like, can I do one on training and then one on focus?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because if I can double a focus point, then I'm okay.
I think that's how it works, right? Yeah, because training is always before, focus is always after. So if you've got 2 metal, then yeah, you should be able to do that.
All right, we're okay, guys. I'm gonna double my focus because I can, because this game lets you do crazy shit out of combat, so that you don't, I don't know, explode after the battle. Stupid. Right, okay. Well, good. I recover 1 point of toughness and feel a great deal of strain as a result.
And no embarrassment was had.
That would have been deeply embarrassing. And then he opens his pouch of Aqua Gyranis and is like, "Ah, well, sometimes Sigmar's busy." What,
I like
is it like
that.
point of toughness a drop? Is it?
Yes.
He just gulps down. Chug, 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 chug. Oh, that fighting with this that crocodile made me awful thirsty.
The healing waters of Gyranis.
And then he just looks at his remaining 221 drops and is like, "Ah, we'll be all right."
Nice. Cool. So who else failed? I think Quartermaster passed.
That was quite a bad fail, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nearly died.
Yeah.
Can you roll just to see what you would have gotten if you actually did fail?
Yes. What do I roll again? I've only failed it once. I can't remember how the table works.
It's somewhere in the.
I've got it
Oh,
here.
yeah.
book.
It is in the core book. That's for sure.
I've
I
got
just
it
want
here.
to know.
Cost. Oh wait, what is it? I've got the little table. I've got 1 to 3. What do you roll? I've got.
I think
18.
I think I would have just had to roll 1d6.
That's fine. Most you get was the magical energy erupts. You try to control it. He's up a 1d6 damage, or between 4 and 8 when the spell is cast, but has the opposite effect to what was intended.
I would have rolled a 3.
Yeah, you're taking 1d6 damage.
That's
Okay.
a pretty crazy.
Okay, so we would have
then
taken 1
rule
damage in the end, but
Has the opposite effect that was intended.
Yes.
So you would have
GM has
wounded
final
yourself.
say on the GM has the final say on the
Yeah.
effect of the reverse spell, which is especially scary. Now you wanted
Oh,
to heal
yeah.
you. Well, actually, what it does is it removes a leg.
oh,
GM's decision, final.
Oh, you wanted to summon a snake. You summoned.
Luckily, he's very full and lethargic. So
You are
he just-
inside the snake.
the snake has summoned you.
Right, so unfortunately, Draedin Stormcloud failed his navigation roll.
I
And,
thought you rolled his metal.
oh yes, you're right.
Not to
Yeah.
help the fuck, but
That's good
helps
because
us.
you really wouldn't have enjoyed what happened if the navigator were fucked up. Okay, so eventually the mountain jungle gives way to scrubland and then a ridge line of bare rock punctuated by occasional bushes. From here the party can see for tens of miles in every direction and look back on the many mountains they've scaled to reach this point. A mile away along the ridge, rocks have been organised into a crude circle, maybe 3 feet high and 60 in diameter. This is Fort Heartrock.
ah yes, that was a thing.
So this is where the previous expedition leader made his halfway house.
Is this the point at which the guy bailed? I feel like, or did he? I feel like he left from Campara, or did he get further than this?
I think he
Guy
got
we
further
found.
than this.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's sort of like a defensive wall with a lot of damage to it. Where whole sections of it have been broken through. Around the perimeter of the fort, there are. You notice there are some like burial mounds where you can clearly see that people have been buried. Like 16 graves, and their names have been carved into a nearby boulder. And you notice that many of them have been disturbed. The ones that some of them have like rocks, like boulders that have been placed on top, but most of them have had them pushed away and bits of bone strewn all over the place.
Eerie.
I don't like it.
It's been kind of ransacked or been just like rummaged. Seem like humanoids or just like slithering creatures and just nonsense.
Slithering creatures and nonsense.
That's basically what this jungle is called.
What is this Mighty Boosh episode of?
New
Rejoining.
slogan of the Australian Tourist Board.
So yeah, sorry, does it sound like it's been ransacked, like people have been rummaging through it, or it's just been like just generally just been battered by the creatures of the jungle?
Well, you can roll me a survival check to see if you feel like this is
Yes, you're right.
animal damage.
Handsome man, roll a survival check for us, please.
He just glances at you and says, "Whatever made this damage to that wall and remove those stones has to be quite big. I don't think we should stay here very long."
Well, I got 3 successes on my survival test. What do I learn?
Well, it was DM5, but you still passed
Well,
it.
no, well.
Yeah, you concur with Stormcloud, especially the broken section of wall looks like it was a single massive creature.
That's why we're good at single massive creatures. That's our that's our bread
That
and
is
butter,
true.
so.
Yeah,
Anything
but just wait until he wises up and starts sending 2 massive creatures at us.
Well, no, that's just not fair. That's diabolical.
It's the plural of crocodrock. Is it crocodrox?
Crocodrocky.
Crocodile.
Yeah.
Definitely crocodrocky.
Crocodrock.
I think Molasses, you, as you survey the land around,
Yes.
you remember something that poor Corin said before he died during your interview.
It's the jungle that will get you.
Well,
No, that's what Draedin said.
Something about white stones.
Yeah. Don't. The Heartrock's fort. David set up points to mark the way, but the white rocks are lies. Are there white rocks?
Yeah, so you see a line of white stones going out into the jungle in the direction that you need to go, one way. So you can choose. The navigator will have the final say on it, but you can tell Stormcloud what you know.
Look, Mr. Stormcloud. I can see your eyes wandering over that very obvious sign pointing that way, and I know with your very basic skills, you think, "Oh, thank God, someone's done my work for me. Can phone it again and call it a day." But when you've got a cunning mind like mine, an investigative mind, you find out things on the quiet. I've been reliably informed that the rocks are deceptive. I've yet to determine why there would be a trail of rocks leading somewhere deceptively, but I say we steer away from the rocks and use a different. If you could find your survival skills and try and find us another path, perhaps find some footsteps leading in a different direction. I feel like this might be a decoy, perhaps, for enemies who might be following the group.
Nice. He takes it on board.
Yeah, as he bucket shit.
Well, he just nods, sort of just doesn't say anything. Like, I guess you have no reason to lie. Oh,
Yeah, why would she?
yeah. Could be a practical joke.
It should really
motherfucker.
exactly. Should let him follow the rocks.
Cool. So you do rest up in the fort. You all heal. You're all healed anyway.
Good.
Carrich, you can have another go at convincing old unwilling duo.
Yep.
Oh, and I should say from the Crocodroth attack, you lost 1 point of supply as it bit the fire spitter in half. And then
Makes sense.
I'll deduct your 2 from this leg as well, so you're down to 18.
That's fine. Alright, so one more determination test. What's the DN?
If you're solo, it's 6.
Did you just say it's 6?
Mm-hmm.
If you're solo, it's 6.
Am I going to be solo, guys?
Depends what skill you're testing.
Determination.
I think the Zuriel is feeling especially determined right now, having just wrestled down a Crocodrock by hand. With help.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Carrich got a kill there, mate. You just
Carrich
stumbled over in the
the poor
first
thing
hit.
on the head once it was nearly dead with a little nutcracker. But there was only one mighty stormcast
So if we were
going
to,
unarmed against the beast.
so if we were to walk through a jungle and a tree fell on Zuriel, he'd be like, took out that tree, guys. It fell on me, and I just, look, I really took it down there.
Yeah, long and short of it.
Knowing Zuriel, yes.
If it wasn't stunned, I fear what it would have done to us, actually.
I stunned it as well.
Anyway, my point is not that he is, in fact, a superhero. It is that he is feeling quite good right now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Although he shouldn't, because he nearly died. But he's fine. He's happy he's alive. Anyway, the point is, he's helping Carrich.
He didn't nearly die, he just nearly took
He nearly took... He did
a flesh
well,
wound.
although it sounds like it could have been quite a big flesh wound.
That's true.
Yes.
If he took another, like, 7 or 8 damage hit in one go,
Yeah.
it could have been like that.
Yeah, you would have, if you were underwater, you would have suffered 6 damage at the start of your turn,
Yeesh.
and then it would have chewed you again.
So that's like 2
That's death.
That's like
serious wounds, 2 major wounds. How close is
Yeah.
that to death? That's pretty close to death, actually.
Pretty close, yes.
So it's actually terrifyingly close.
But then you could have like done that death's door thing,
Yeah.
and then
And then
like
Sigmar could have sent you a new Stormcast
yeah,
by express delivery.
yeah, pretty much like 2 to 3 working days. All right, so you're helping out. So Carrich, give us a 5-1 then, as you're being aided in a different way this time.
How many extra dice do we have at the moment? Like the one-offs?
I don't think you could use them for that.
Not even those? Damn it.
No, because that'd be using the expedition members to.
Got it.
So you got 1. There's still 1 more.
I can use my metal to add a die, but I can't. I have to say that before, don't I?
Yes.
Or can I use it now
What's that?
to add to double my training?
I suppose. I suppose. I am merciful.
Useless.
Oh well. I mean, you're still. So you're back to 48. That's pretty good going.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll take
One
that.
guy's snake food. One guy still
Daryl.
not having fun.
One guy is stubborn.
Yeah.
Of course, we'd have a Milo on our team.
So. So as you are setting the camp up and the sun is setting, shouts go up around the camp, and calls of another giant beast heading towards the camp. It is a Carnosaur.
You're just making these up now.
What?
That is bad.
Think of a giant T-Rex.
I'm thinking of one.
Now what?
This is interesting.
What's it wearing?
I mean, it looks cool.
Does it have a funny little hat on it?
It looks really cool, actually.
Does it look cool?
Carnosaur's
What, did you
pretty
Google it?
badass.
Yeah.
Not the one I found.
It's kind of between like a raptor and a T-Rex.
Yeah, maybe you should collect Seraphon.
Rawr.
So it
Ah,
starts.
so it's a sizable beast.
Yes, it's another
Yes, it's
enormous
large.
beast,
Ah,
and it starts.
So we're still in the fort, are we?
You're still in the fort, and it's
That's
you've essentially got. Hang on.
Hang on.
Hang on.
You spot it 3 rounds away.
Ooh. Oh, I'd just
So-
chill out for 3 rounds then.
Well, in terms of putting on armor,
Ooh.
Ooh.
you have time.
That is a good point.
I think this is
However-
a trap. I think we start putting on armor and we get attacked from behind. So I
When
reckon-
we remove the
You're
armor,
still better off.
when we remove the armor, did we remove all of our, points of armor, or is it just a certain amount?
Well, I haven't been penalising you for armor, so it would have been all points of armor. Yeah.
All points of armor. Okay. And to put it on, so for example, in my case, I have 3 points of armor. So does that mean I have to wait 3 turns, or is it just either 2 turns and that's it?
It's 2
It's 2
rounds
turns
for
for
1
1
point, so you'll be able to put on.
But the,
Only
Uh,
one point.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
then the armor's still 1 point armor. They still add 1 difficulty to every single test. That doesn't really seem worth it.
That's true. I'm not going to put anything on.
Not for Molasses. I don't plan to get hit. So
Okay.
I mean, that's going to make all tests too difficult, right? So yeah, no armor it is.
Yeah, it's weird though.
It's fine. I'll defend you guys.
If you could get all your armor back on that quickly, maybe. But yeah, it just seems for 1
But
point.
even so, if you put 3 points of armor back on, then you're +3 to complexity of every test.
Yeah.
I'll
including
be
to
your
hit
armor.
the thing. So you're just like,
Isn't it?
well, I'm alive, but
Well,
But I can't do anything useful,
let's see. Any,
which is
Crap,
my
it's-
stance in general.
so we're in the sort of fort of some sort.
we've got 3
Yes.
turns. Any kind of Home Alone-esque traps we can set up? Any kind of?
Only you would think of that.
Is there any carpentry glue?
Can we dig a
or-
pit?
brass
Baubles we
tap?
can smash on the ground, or toy cars.
So
we
when
can
you
set up?
say 3 turns away, is
Hmm.
it like a set amount of zones, or is it just turns?
Yeah, can we start pelting him with spells as he approaches?
Yeah.
So its speed is fast.
Okay, so it's quite far away.
That's a
then.
So
lot
it's-
of zones away.
So
then.
it's yeah. So I would say you get 1 round of ranged attacks where it can't, and then it will be on you.
Oh, okay.
Do you want
So-
to do the ranged attacks?
I mean, I don't have any. But,
Um,
yeah.
Orixion would like to. Sorry if this is retroactive, but Orixion would like to put his armor back on
Okay.
purely in order to have his wings.
Ah, smart.
Okay.
He will take whatever debuffs.
Well, it's only 1 point
Okay.
of armor, so it's just 1 difficulty. I assume that that he's coming in a pretty straight direction, so I would like to use the time to set myself up. There must be some shady area where I'd be able to spring attack as he passes, or a shrouded rock somewhere. Oh no, he's gone again.
I'm back. It's fine.
I would like to spring a trap, basically. Well, I guess, I could just hide as he passes. I can still backstab him once he's hit the group, I suppose. I want to position myself in shadows that will be on his path or end up behind him.
I missed some of that, but you're gonna try and do shadowy business.
How did you know?
So it's
No, I'm
kind
saying
of,
basically either I want to be at a point where as he passes I could jump down backstab him, or he would pass me and I'd be in shadows and then I'd be undetected so I could still backstab
Yeah.
him.
I think you can. There's still enough like stone walls, that you can hide behind it and be
Yes.
in the shadow.
It'll be-
The sun's low in the sky. So.
Great. Well, I will be in hiding in wait for him to
All right.
pass.
And then Orixion, so do you want to put on maybe like your chest plate that has your wings? So it's like one point of armor, and then you get one extra complexity. Okay, sounds good. Cool. So you have 1 round of ranged attacks. I think just Zuriel could do ranged.
Old Zuriel steps up in front of what I assume he has helped form some sort of defensive line of the men just inside the fort. And yes, he whips out his only long, is it long? Well, it's medium range spell. It's only medium range spell, and an arcane bolt whips from his hands. And a bolt of coruscating lightning.
I wonder what coruscating actually means.
I'd love to know.
My mind is like corrugated, so I feel it's like
Right,
it's
huzzah.
wrong.
We've got 3 successes.
It means it goes like this.
And
Like
I'm
sharpened.
gonna bump one of those 5s up to a 6. Because I have a new talent.
Oh yeah.
Devastating bolts.
There we go.
Basically means that each of my 6s on Arcane Blast actually do an extra point of damage.
That's nice.
Okay.
So that 3 successes becomes 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Question, just so that I'm sure that I understand this. So if you change the 3 to a 4, it would have been the same thing?
In this case, it would have been, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I am going to ask another annoying question actually, because I realise actually with my shadow step I can become unstacked anyway, and I do have an arcane bolt I could cast. Just based on how I see him coming towards us, do I feel like I would have time to cast the bolt and then be able to nip away into a shadowy point and then I would disappear anyway?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, well I'll cast the arcane bolt first then. Maybe 2. It's not a great spell for me, but might as well do it. It's a 4/1. So here we go. I can use metal on this because it's just a it's technically a different round. We've got 1 free round, haven't we? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to metal a bitch. I'm going to double my training, I'd say. Oh, sorry, double my focus, because I'm always concerned about, I'll see, these things. Here we go. Oh, no, actually, it's a 1, isn't it? No, that's fine, is it? Yep, that's fine.
You want the successes though.
Yeah, exactly. So I want actually my training, don't I? So that's 4. I'm going to put training 2. Here we go. Oh, lovely. Look at those. See, 5 successes. And I can make that. Oh, make that more.
7.
With 2 focus points.
That's
Yeah,
a
7
roll,
successes. There we go.
Wow.
So that is 7 damage.
Wow.
It's it's
it
1
1 plus-
additional success. For additional
Okay.
success.
Additional.
So
it's still 7.
it's 1 to hit. Yeah. 7
Yeah.
damage. Yeah.
All right.
There
Nice.
you go. Did the job.
Bombardment.
Whew.
It roars in anger as it gets arcane bolted. Cool, and then it is upon you. It crashes through the wall as right where Molasses was standing, and now Shadow steps behind into the shadows. So initiative 5, Zuriel, please. Oh, go on, Carrich.
I was gonna say, like, while those people were like, doing your range things and everything, is it possible for me to go in front and prepare my mountain stance? Like,
Yeah,
get in front of the fort and everything.
yeah.
So that they can. So my mountain stance and
Proper
defending-
Stoneguard.
defending the area, which means that if the whatever it's called, Carnosaur, tries to get inside, I'll be able to keep it from doing so.
Nice.
So
Love
keep
it.
it out of the zone.
Zuriel has positioned himself behind Carrich for once.
Good job.
There's a great bit in my book where the lead Stoneguard fights through a battle because she sees the horse, the steed master, fall off his horse. She fights towards him and she's fighting all these undead over his body and that's awesome.
Nice. Would
I was
my
that's Daryl.
is my shadowy patch? Again, ideally it would be far enough away because I can shadow step at long range.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be now, I don't know, a zone away or your discretion, so I know where I am? Would I be still pretty close to everything?
The beasties, he's always his own zone, so you'll be adjacent zone.
Yes, okay, makes sense. Yeah, great.
Yeah. Right then, Zuriel, what you do?
Back to Zuriel. Zuriel's gonna cast Radiance of Sigmar at the beast, which to you and I is flashbang. Using a point of metal to make sure it goes off, which it just does. With a focus point, we make that into 3 successes. So for 2 rounds, the beastie is disorientated and has melee accuracy and defense reduced by 2 steps.
And it can't roll anything to stop that?
Not on this spell, no.
Okay. So what is it? All those are reduced by 2 steps.
2 steps on everything, basically.
For how many rounds? 2 rounds.
Okay. Yeah, default 1, but an extra 1 because it's got an extra success.
Okay.
And then he'll just sling an arcane bolt out just for a laugh. And that will be 4 damage.
Okay.
Presumably plinking off its scaly hide, mostly.
Pretty much. So it's initiative 5 as well. It comes crashing into Carrich.
Hello.
Hello.
So, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mojo.
Now let's see here.
This is going to be like what happened if Gandalf instead shone his light from the pikemen and not from the cavalry. Gandalf is behind Carrich. Yeah?
Nice.
It's going to be great. That's what I'm seeing.
Actually, sorry. Zuriel, roll me a 4-2 determination test.
Interesting.
As you have started your turn within medium range of the Carnosaur.
Oh. 4-2 determination. I don't really like where this is going. In fact, I dislike it. Hang on, that's not right. I've got training in determination. Oh, but I've only got 2 soul. Yeah, I'm afraid I failed that.
Wow.
So you are frightened
Isn't that great?
of the Carnosaur. So that means that you
Zuriel Stormwake, frightened of the Carnosaur.
I mean, it is a giant
I
dinosaur.
think so. What does that do?
So that means that you roll 1 less die for each test.
Right.
In terms of the things, so maybe like re-roll 1 die for each spell, and then if it's like a success.
Okay, I'll re-roll for the first one. It's a success. And
So
the
that's
second
still
one,
as it was.
yeah. Also a success.
Yeah, that's fine then. Coolio.
I am not frightened. I'm just standing behind Carrich because it's the most sensible place to be.
Yeah. It also means you can't move closer to the target either, willingly.
I wasn't planning on it anyway.
Not this massive pair of jaws. Right. Massive jaws. 96.
So before we go on, I have this, which I'm going to use.
Okay.
So that's going to be my reaction. I'm gonna bonk it.
So you can do that as soon as it moves into you. So you do that now, I think.
I can
Let's
do
not
it
forget
as soon as
that he also took the other one that turns his hammer into
Yeah.
a reach weapon.
Exactly, I have this. So as soon as it enters my zone, I can immediately hit it.
Yeah.
Lunge
Because he
towards it.
calls me a power gamer.
It's
remember.
not. It just makes sense.
It's a good
Synergy.
combo.
What
It's a
a
good
power
set
gamer
thing.
would say. I think I said the same sentence last week.
You did.
I'm gonna say it every week.
What's its defense, please?
It's a shame we didn't say it to every single session Yormund was in when he was like getting 60 damage.
It's funny
or
because
Valentina.
I think you did. And with every time Valentina shot her bolt gun, I think you did.
This is just synergy, okay?
That was just silly.
What's its
It's all
defense, please?
fine. All ways to play role-playing games are valid. What is its what?
It's defense.
That's one for the viewers out there.
So it starts at great. It is now reduced by 2 steps to average.
Okay, that's good because my melee is good, which means I can hit on 3s.
Oh wow, so 2 steps down takes it to good.
Average.
Oh right, average. I was gonna say that's scary.
Goodbye. Oh, okay. So I will use my... No, I won't use my metal for that. No, because this is a free action, so I can't... Do I have metal if it's a free action?
Yeah, but if you only have it once per round anyway. So
Yes,
you
I
can
don't
load an
have
hour
it.
later, so you've got it. But
Yeah, that's not worth it. So in that case, it's just 6 damage.
easily.
Just 6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
A free action is pretty good.
And I'm also defending the area, so before it can attack me, I need to see if it can pass through.
If it needs to what?
So I have this as well. And I'm defending the zone, which means that it has to make an opposed might test, and I have advantage.
Well,
I've got a feeling it might have a couple of points of that.
yeah. Right, so it's... Well, it doesn't need to enter into a zone because it is a zone.
On the zone.
So it
So I-
wouldn't.
So I can... No, I can attack you from my own zone.
Damn you.
Right, so it's 96.
Got
Massive
annoyed by a T-Rex.
jaws.
I wish I knew that.
So its attack normally is superb. Reduced down to good.
My defense right now is great because I have 3 points plus 1 because of that.
Your defense increases 1 step against attacks made by enemies lower. I think you'll find your initiative 1 at the moment.
But it was 3 turns away, which means that the first turn already passed, which means I'm now at the top of the initiative.
Well,
It's not terrible
the
logic.
first.
You
the
said
first...
it's.
It depends when you entered initiative.
Yeah.
Yes, which
I
People
think-
were fighting and like firing spells.
Yeah, I think you had you had the ranged round where that would have been your initiative 1. So
and
Yeah,
taking
my
a
initiative
stance.
1. I went in front and I took my mountain stance.
It's a good point.
all right, so it's only 5s then. The giant T-Rex wounds you on 5s. Little elf man,
In that
mighty
case-
hero of Sigmar. This is why you were picked for the binding.
Hey, evasion is a legitimate defensive skill.
That's true. So
Guys, he's been hit by a flashbang square in the face.
yeah, they don't like it.
So that's 3 points of
Like-
damage. I obviously don't have any armor on. because I
CS:GO
took it
right
off.
Well, it's 2 plus successes, 5 damage.
Okay. For some reason, I can see that I have 6 toughness out of 8. Did we take any damage? We didn't, right? So I shouldn't have.
No, you should be fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna increase that and then take down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop. We're still there, guys.
I'm trying to work out what rend is, but I think that might just be going through armor. Oh yeah.
Which doesn't.
Oh wait, each result of 6 removes 1 point of armor.
Well, I have none. So
That's true. It would have been destroying your armor otherwise.
see, it all
Just
worked out.
destroy my flesh instead.
Ah,
Joke's on you.
got
but
loads of this stuff that just heals it.
it's made of
Um,
stone. You can't do anything to it. Also, if it's trying to push me away or anything, it fails to. Because of this.
I think we're going to have to come up with a better system than you just posting like 400 words of text every round.
Right, basically, I can't be knocked prone or moved away unless I allow it, since I've taken up my mountain stance. Are you happy?
Fine, then it's going to use one of its point of metal to attack you again.
I shouldn't have said that, right?
It's only 2.
Yeah, but it's plus however you said, so that...
4 damage.
So that brings me down to a -1.
So you've taken a wound. So
Indeed,
fill a space on your wound tracker.
I'm on it, I'm on it. That's a minor wound.
And then it has a trait called Blood Frenzy.
Oh.
If the Carnosaur is in the same zone as any creature who has suffered a wound, its melee is increased 1 step. So now I'm hitting on 4s again.
What's above superb? Is there anything?
Extraordinary.
Yeah, it's extraordinary.
Okay.
But I went down to good, now I'm back up to great again.
Fucking hell.
I'll use the other
If
attack.
that flashbang didn't go off, you'd be fucking dead. See, this is the thing about these big monster battles we fought. We've tackled them all really easily, but it feels like actually we are at any moment a hair's breadth away from catastrophe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they're actually really scary.
Right.
I feel like Orixion hasn't had a go in a very long time.
I haven't had it go yet, apart from my surprise round.
It's my reaction. That's why.
Yeah, it's just Carrich just reacting in a ridiculous way.
Oh, we've lost Olly.
He'll be back.
Nah, it's just that the light's gone out. Oh, there it is.
Right, I'm back.
Hello.
Right, as you'll go down, I think it's gonna step past you and go for Zuriel.
Uh-oh.
But, oh yeah, because I can't make that opposed height thing, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather it didn't.
With its clawed forelimbs. Forelimbs, not forelimbs.
4 candles.
Yep. So what's your defense?
Our average. Haven't got my shield up.
It's back to great, so it's wounding on 3s. Is it? I think it's... I'm not familiar with sort of the stuff being up this high.
No. It's a shame these character sheets don't have the table on them.
The starter ones do, actually. Right, the ladder.
The character sheets do, I mean the Roll20 ones.
Yeah. So I'm down 2, superb to good, back up to 1 to great, you're average, so I'm 2 steps higher. So...
Just 2s, isn't it?
Yeah, DN2s. Alright, so that is, unfortunately it's 8.
Oof.
And the clawed forelimbs 1+, so it's 9. 9 damage.
The exact amount of toughness I have again.
Alright, and then it is another D3 might test.
Oh, here we go again. Come on now.
You're just a big chew toy for the monsters.
Okay. What are the odds we can do this twice?
Right, that balding guy, and he goes to the loo in Jurassic Park, and then the
2 successes.
dinosaur eats the loo.
Yeah, the lawyer.
Eats the loo.
Yeah, so you get knocked prone as it grabs you and pins you down with its big toes
I
into the
don't
floor.
mind that very much.
And that's its turn done. I finally got to use metal, you guys. Look how fun that was.
This is your first monster you actually got to play.
Because great. And then it's initiative 4 people. So yeah,
Right.
Orixion and
I mean,
Molasses.
if it hadn't had debuffs, I do actually think we'd both be dead.
So in terms of its current position, based on where I was, how far away?
You've literally just seen it crash through the wall. You've seen Carrich go down. You've seen it smash through the wall, grab and pin down Zuriel right in front of you.
Well then I leave. I'm just like, no bow.
Come on, Stormcloud. We're out of here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the mechanics of this, because obviously, like, usually I would shadow step in. I'm undetected. Can I just run up behind him to stab him? Or would that avoid detection, or I need to figure out? Yeah, okay, I'll do that then. Okay,
I mean, it's definitely hasn't noticed you.
Great, well, that's perfect. Well, I do a backstab. Here we go. What are my rules? Yeah, yep, let's just make attack. Here we go. Perfect. Right, I do backstab, and I'm going to. Oh gosh. I can never figure out what's better. Metal on defend, metal on training or focus. I'm going to go for training. Here we go. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. So what's its defense currently?
Average.
Average.
It's still blinded.
Good, hitting on 3s. That sounds good to me. So DM's 3. 2 bonus dice. That's pretty good. So that would be 6 successes. But of course it's a backstab. So here we go. Here's the fun stuff. Backstab. Double damage, ignores armor. So that's 12 damage, it ignores armor.
Ouch! It says.
It can talk. Let's befriend it. And write it.
Yeah, you give it a devastating strike, and it roars in anger, but it is still, and it sort of, as it pins down Zuriel, like it's sort of protecting its prey, like a big cat. And it turns to you and
I don't
roars.
mind. You can have him. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Also, must take a DN 412 mind test. It's so broken.
Yeah, fail.
Oh shit! Yeah, stunned apparently until my next turn. So
there you go.
There you go. Have some of that, and then I use my hit and run to step out. Use a free action to step out of the zone. So adjacent zone.
Okie doke.
So I'm out of there. But I'd say he's aware of me now, so that's probably end of the backstabs.
Yeah. So now you've reduced its 3 9d6 attacks down to just 1.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Orixion then.
Yeah. Would I be right in suspecting that the Carnosaur is mainly looking at the ground at the moment? Or like at
I'd
ground
say so. Yeah. It's got prey in its claws. It's just had a massive backstab in its underhide.
Quarters.
Yeah.
Orixion therefore will swoop down from above, attempt to land upon the beast's neck, just behind its head, and to basically ride it.
Okay.
To kind of gain control of it.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, he'll stab it in the back of the head.
Fine. Okay.
So I'm kind of thinking that some kind of athletics check, perhaps. Or
there is a beast handling.
There is beast handling, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to go with, because it's actually a soul skill.
Yeah.
My soul is good.
And it's pretty weakened, which we know from Pokemon is important.
It's very important for catching the dragon type Pokemon. And its HP is low. Yeah, I'm assuming that. Do we have rope? Do we have any kind of like just access to rope?
I don't know. Let me check it.
You would have had it as part of the expedition, but I don't think you would be
but
holding
there's no
it.
reason why Orixion would have picked it up, just in case he needs to lasso a fucking dinosaur. I think more likely what Orixion would try and do is kind of like, he's got a dagger, he would draw his dagger and try and kind of like lodge that in a bit of neck scale.
Yeah.
To kind of gain control of it that way. And yeah. I guess beast handling.
Okay. So this is going to obviously be pretty difficult. What exactly are you trying to make it do?
initially, I want it to open its jaws and release Zuriel Stormwake.
Okay.
But if that succeeds, I think Orixion would then go on to try and draw it away from the party, possibly kind of try to pilot it away into the jungle and then leap off, so that we don't have to, fight it down.
Yeah.
Obviously, as soon as he distracts it, Molasses will fucking stick daggers up its anus anyway. But
I'm gonna say probably a 6-2 to get its attention off of Zuriel.
that seems doable.
I mean, my reasoning being, I think
It's a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
even if you were trained in beast handling,
Which I'm not.
even the Order Serpentis probably wouldn't have tried this.
No, if anything, I think you've given me probably an unfairly good chance of succeeding at this.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, but yeah, the logic is like, because I imagine, you're trying to distract it enough to make it do what you want it to do. I think you're not trying to make friends with it.
Not too much, no. Remind me what magical Wrath and Glory like resources do we have to add dice to our pools in this?
So you have Soulfire, which basically gives you automatic 6s on all your dice, but you only have 2 because you're only 2 soulbound people, and you only get it back. It's like you have to complete a long-term goal, or someone has to die, or it's.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to spend that. That's it. How to lose friends and. I want to ride the dinosaur. I want to spend the only 1 point in the 6-month campaign. I want to ride the dinosaur. Yeah, no, okay. Alright, well, here we go. Fucking 2 6s. Read them and wait. No 6s at all.
Coup de grace.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, as previously stated, the less cool backup option is to attempt to stab the full star blade as hard into the back of the skull as possible.
Yeah, and nobody's used any of the 4 bonus die yet.
I think no, not in this fight. No, that was in the previous one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 8. No, sorry, 7 dice because I haven't charged. Haven't got my chargy thing. Chargy wired. Whoa, that's bad.
Ooh.
It is only 4, so 5 damage.
It's you're good, aren't you? You're good melee.
I am good, yeah.
And your 1 point of armor increases the complexity.
Oh, so it's not 5 damage then, because I'm good, and it is also good defense, right?
It's actually average at the moment.
Okay, so we'd be hitting on 3s. Complexity up by 1 means hitting on 4s. So yeah, so I do get 4 successes, so 5 damage.
5 damage.
I've got 1 focus to bring that 3 up to 4.
5 damage. Tell me how you kill the Carnosaur.
Yes! Yeah, well, so Orixion had kind of like held his sword off to one side, drawn the dagger, dug it in under a scale, trying to control it, and all it did was just roar louder and crunch Zuriel slightly harder. And so Orixion sort of glared and looked downcast, and a little bit disappointed with the whole situation. Stuck the dagger away and just went, "Very well then, beast," and just drove it down, straight down.
Whoa.
Like, you know, in Troy, when Achilles is just being like a big whingy bastard and being like, "Oh, I don't want to do the fight. Why are you making me do the fight?" And
At the beginning, yeah.
And then he runs and just does one jump and goes
Yeah.
without even touching the guy. It's like that.
Like a knife
But less
block.
cool.
Really need to rewatch Troy. I'll be honest. I don't think it is going to be a good movie when I rewatch it as an adult, but I think I want to watch it anyway.
The fight scenes still pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do.
The Hector and Achilles fight is still like one of the most tense,
Pretty legit.
butt clenching fights to watch.
The big jumping and smacking of shields, spears on shields.
Yeah. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually looked it up the other day. I think it's like nearly 3 hours long.
I think it's like Kingdom of Heaven. There's like an extended version which is.
Plus, added benefit for Olly, it's massively inaccurate to the original story, so he can just think about how much it pisses off people like Nikki.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day, where every opportunity was taken to remind everybody what people had studied at university. That's fun, isn't it?
Does anyone remember what Nikki studied at uni? I don't seem to remember.
I think it might have been like, I don't know, business or something.
I hope she's watching this.
Don't say that. Right,
niche.
so the Carnosaur is dead.
That was such an interesting tangent.
The battle is dead. The battle is dead. The battle is over. I'm not gonna cheat you into using up your Aquaguard Harness against Zuriel, because you will be able to have a proper rest overnight in the fort. So you don't need to use it.
Zuriel's there, just like about to chug.
Yeah. Yeah. It's toughness and one wound track, because you're resting in a secure place.
So even old Carrie Bonn, who took a wound, is okay. That's fortunate.
Yes.
Yeah. What? Just out of interest, if that Carnosaur hadn't died just then, what would it have then done to Zuriel? Would he have taken damage at the start, like being underwater, or would he just have been prone and getting munched on?
Yeah, you would have been prone and restrained, so it would have had super advantage against you if it wanted.
I would have saved you.
What?
Because I can't defend people.
What, from even if you're wounded and on the floor?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
it fortunately didn't go that way.
So, yes, I will quickly end on this. Turn off the. And I know I'm going to disconnect again as I read this, which is going to be annoying. So I'll try and do it. Later in that evening, a worried shout comes from the scout. Lizards! Walking lizards! And as you watch, a band of a dozen humanoid creatures step cautiously out of the jungle and approach your camp. Each of them carries a short stabbing spear and a lightweight shield. At a distance of a dozen yards, their leader raises a hand and they stop, regarding you with bulbous, yellow eyes.
Oh.
Molasses steps forward. Don't worry, guys. I know everything about Seraphons. I did a lot of research. I learned there are some in the jungle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She steps away.
Just upload. Yeah.
An in-joke from last session.
Personally, I think all of your research will, be very useful to us.
No, I appreciate your kind words, but it was crap.
It was.
So that's the Seraphon there.
Oh, that is incredible.
What are the things?
Daryl, such a Seraphon player.
What are the useless
Yeah,
things?
such
Daryl
Seraphon.
needs to collect Seraphon.
What are the useless things?
Actually, it
in
looks
World of
really,
Warcraft?
really nice.
The useless things.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wait, is there a model?
Murlocs.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a skin.
Yeah. Done a better version of them. So, but these aren't lizard. Like, this is,
All right, I need to check these out.
this is water.
All right, and we'll end there. And then next time we can begin the social encounter with the Seraphon.
I was going to say.
Ah,
it
yeah.
Well,
doesn't
bloody Carrich
Great
Bond's
with
going to
that.
be well into that.
Oh yeah. Well, his
I love you
his,
guys.
his player is going to be into it, but Carrich, he's going to be well, he's not the best. Let's put it that way.
Big fan of Lord Croak. What's his name? Croak.
Oh yeah, that
Hey.
dude.
Who literally just comes out of the stars and kills. Who does he kill?
Right.
Does
These
he help Teclis kill Nagash?
Yeah, I think he helped kill Nagash. At
He was
the
like,
end of that whole cycle.
Yeah, and he's like, my plan worked. Bye.
All my scryings were successful.
These models looking
Daryl.
incredible. Yeah.
This is all you need to get. It's
What did you just?
The starboard.
Well, I need to see what this is because honestly, I just found these start collecting Seraphon thing. And
I
they
don't
look-
bother with that. Go with the muster of the Starborn.
Man's got a point.
£152.
Right,
you get.
I'm going to shoot off.
Yeah.
Early start tomorrow. So, GG guys. Thanks, Ollie.
Yeah, fun
No
stuff.
worries.
Lots of...
yeah. Thanks for the session.
We're
Great
still
one.
on. We finished 2 legs of the journey, have we?
Yes.
Cool.
Halfway through.
Nice.
I am
Um,
loving these, Alex.
Gonna put
Great.
more on next time.
Night night, everyone.
All
Good
right.
night.
Bye.